Welcome to our exploration of the three marks of existence, a fundamental teaching of the Buddha. These three characteristics, impermanence, suffering, and non-self, are essential insights that lead to liberation. Let's begin with the Buddha's own words on this topic. Monks, whether Tathagatas arise or not, this property stands, this regularity of the Dhamma, this orderliness of the Dhamma. All conditioned things are impermanent, all conditioned things are suffering, all phenomena are non-self. The Buddha emphasized these truths throughout his teachings. Let's examine each mark in detail. Impermanence, Anicca. The Buddha taught that all conditioned things are subject to change and dissolution. He said, whatever is subject to origination is subject to cessation. This applies to everything in our experience, our bodies, thoughts, feelings, and the world around us. The Buddha illustrated this with a powerful metaphor. Suppose there was a mountain of rock, one solid mass without cracks or fissures, a yojana long, a yojana wide, and a yojana high. At the end of every 100 years, a man might stroke it once with a fine cloth. That mountain of rock would be worn away and eliminated more quickly than a kalpa would go by. But a kalpa has gone by, and yet another kalpa. That's how long a kalpa is. And of kalpas of this length, we have wandered through many hundreds of thousands. This vivid image highlights the vast scale of impermanence, encouraging us to see beyond our limited perspective. Suffering, dukkha. The Buddha taught that all conditioned experiences are ultimately unsatisfactory. He explained, birth is suffering, aging is suffering, death is suffering, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair are suffering. Association with the unbeloved is suffering, separation from the loved is suffering, not getting what is wanted is suffering. In short, the five clinging aggregates are suffering. This doesn't mean life is only pain, but rather that all experiences, even pleasant ones, are ultimately unreliable and cannot provide lasting satisfaction. The Buddha illustrated this with a story. Suppose, monks, a king had a frontier city with strong ramparts, walls and arches and 6 gates. The gatekeeper posted there would be wise, competent and intelligent, one who keeps out strangers and admits acquaintances. A swift pair of messengers would come from the east, west, north, south, asking, "Where, good man, is the lord of this city?" He would reply, "There he is, sirs, sitting in the central square." The swift pair of messengers would deliver their accurate report to the lord of the city and then go back by the way they had come. The Buddha then explained that this city represents the body, the gates are the 6 senses, and the Lord is consciousness. The messengers represent mindfulness and insight, which reveal the true nature of our experience. Non-self, Anatta. The Buddha taught that there is no permanent, unchanging self in any phenomenon. He said, form, monks, is not self. If form were self, this form would not lead to affliction, and it would be possible to say with regard to form, let my form be thus, let my form not be thus. But because form is not self, form leads to affliction, and it is not possible to say with regard to form, let my form be thus, let my form not be thus. The Buddha applied this analysis to all 5 aggregates: form, feeling, perception, mental formations, and consciousness. He illustrated this point with a powerful simile. Suppose, monks, the river Ganges was carrying along a great lump of foam, and a clear-sighted person were to inspect it, ponder it, and carefully investigate it. To him it would appear empty, hollow, insubstantial. What substance could there be in a lump of foam? In the same way, monks, whatever form, feeling, perception, mental formation, consciousness, whether past, future or present, internal or external, gross or subtle, inferior or superior, far or near, a monk inspects it, ponders it, and carefully investigates it. To him it appears empty, hollow, insubstantial. What substance could there be in consciousness? Understanding these three marks leads to liberation. The Buddha described the result. Seeing thus, monks, the instructed noble disciple becomes disenchanted with form, disenchanted with feeling, disenchanted with perception, disenchanted with mental formations, disenchanted with consciousness. Being disenchanted, he becomes dispassionate. Through dispassion, he is freed. When freed, there is knowledge. Freed, he understands. Birth is ended, the holy life fulfilled, the task done. There is no more coming to any state of being. By deeply contemplating impermanence, suffering, and non-self, we can follow the Buddha's path to freedom from all suffering. May this exploration of the three marks of existence inspire your practice and lead you to true happiness and peace.